Join the Eremites and embrace a wonderful new life.
Excuse me, did you happen to see...
You mean the village keepers? Oh, let me think. When I was eating dinner the other day, I saw one of them by the side of the road, muttering away and eating mushrooms and tree...
Okay. Did you notice anything else?
Anything else?
The scholars that have gone missing.
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes.
Don't change the subject.
Right. You were asking about the the mad scholars. But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange.
Do you also think Grandpa and the...
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. It's little He was actually the one who protected my house. I saw it with... It still feels pretty surreal now that I think... Well, whatever the case, I'll always be thankful to him and whoever taught him to look out for others.
Gotcha. Thank you. Sir, have you seen my grandpa recently? You know, the one who likes to sit and space out near the village entrance.
Oh, well, if it isn't Isak. The last time I saw him, he was spacing out by the road as usual. I went and asked him if he'd like any of the food I had prepared. And speaking of my wife, she's still always complaining.
Oh, thank you.
It was nothing. Hey, you're...
Yeah.
Oh, that's no good. Well, I've known you since you were very young. So as far as I'm...
Wow, what? Okay.
Huh? Don't say anything for now. Isak, stay here. Let's head over there. Stay quiet as you move.
Join the Eremites and embrace a
Listen, see if you can make out what they're saying.
Have you heard? The mighty...
Yes, of course I have. King Deshret is the one and only true ruler of this land. I've never believed in any other gods. Still, you say he's coming back, but it sure does...
Haven't you noticed? The village has been getting more deranged scholars than ever. Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of King Deshret's civilization in ancient times. Isn't it a sign of King Deshret's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? If you ask me, they must have been chosen as the final
Huh. Now that you say it...
Exactly. Those city folks will get what's coming.
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very beginning.
Huh?
Who are you?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Yeah! Bro, this guy's something else.
Let's not get on his bad side, okay?
Oh, okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about King...
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the madmen will disappear, and that King... Hey, it's true. It's all true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people at the act. Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? The radicals were even more thrilled than me when they heard the news. Delavar also said that once King Deshret returns to our side, It's only a matter of time before we conquer the land on the other side of the wall. They're all willing to serve on—
Is that
Seems like he still wants.
Got it! At first, I told myself it was just the drink talking. But then all the please don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors. If I'm
The people here really like King Deshret, but dislike the—
Where is this radical?
I haven't run into him over the past few days, so he probably hasn't been around the village.
No, not at all. We wouldn't dare.
Sounds like you're not too close.
No, of course not.
I have many ways to stop you from talking. So you'd best just stay home and don't do anything until I've gotten to the bottom of this.
Yes.
That scared Paimon half to death. Sino is pretty He didn't try to reassure us at all. It's like he's used to hearing that. Oh, Paimon bets lots of people—
I heard that.
Sorry.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead. But we need to check a few more places. Very well.
Isak!
I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there. Grandpa, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers. Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa. This is where Grandpa usually—
There sure isn't much here.
No.
Incense? Please don't say it's the same one as before, but are you okay?
There's a scent that you can sense, but
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully, Tyner—
So, you know—
Huh? You know it—
Yes. Now that I concentrate—
Wait, surely
No. No need. Did you first encounter this scent at Tainari's house? In the forest.
What are you looking for,
Here it is. Take a look right here. Although the traces have been completely buried from the size and shape, they belong to an adult man. The scent is quite faint. But still,
But who would come looking for
we'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the
Huh? So you can lure someone away with— Hey! What's wrong with liking good—
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense, since even deep within the clutches of madness, they still—
No.
So someone's taking advantage of their weakness? Are the rumors really true? Could the disappearance of all the
It's highly likely.
Please, you have to save my grandpa.
Sounds like we'd better help get him back. Don't you worry, Isak.
Let's head to Aru Village and inform Candace and the others of—
Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better.
We're back, Candace! We've got a lot to tell you.
Ah, welcome back.
Sounds like it.
Oh, Dia's here!
You bet. So,
Reasonably.
I'll hate them.
We haven't seen him at all.
Huh. I saw him around the village entrance earlier and figured he was.
Did you find out anything useful? I see. So someone used a kind of incense to lead the exiled scholars away from the...
The resurrection of King Deshret? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, there aren't many scholars still studying around these parts. Not to mention making incense is a labor-intensive process. You won't see anybody in the desert with the... It seems someone from beyond the wall must have been supporting this.
Makes sense.
So what should we...
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? What?
If Paimon remembers correctly...
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabbar... These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in King Deshret. Way they see it, King Deshret's resurrection is their only... Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life here in the desert.
Tia! You're amazing! You really know this place
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence. Every more,
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right...
What?
Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out. The desert is unforgiving, so the way of life here is also a lot... Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to... I need to go around and ask some questions. But... Good, then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebot with me, and we'll try our best to...
All right, sounds like a plan. Well, here we are again.
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel. How can a wall...
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorms? It was only after I grew up that I realized the wall of Samiel isn't just there to keep out the sandstorms. It serves a more important purpose, keeping out. Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, us desert dwellers are nothing but tools that can be used and discarded at their whim. We're cheap labor, like live. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The academia believes geniuses like Sataria are 1 in a million. The other children never get a single chance.
That's terrible.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Hey, Dia.
No, not at all. Besides, we're here to procure information.
Yep, we gotta catch...
Shh! Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful what you... Our mission started the moment we arrived here. Let's go check out the tavern. Maybe we'll find... Just our luck. None of them are here today.
You mean, you don't see him?
Dia, is that you? What a coincidence. You're...
Zaki?
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land? Hello, hello. I'm Zaki.
We've had drinks together a few times. You could... Anyway, as far as my friends here, they aren't too
Absolutely. Much better than those people.
Yeah. Have you seen Edgar, Delavar, or...
Of course I have. Matter of...
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe Delavar and his friends might be...
Ah, how thoughtful of you. Then I assume you also know...
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like...
Yes, how considerate of you. Delavar...
Are we there yet?
Yep, this is the place.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Why don't you take a guess? Go on. A wild...
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? The boy... Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also know that you've teamed up with people from the Academia to look for the missing scholars.
So, you've been watching us from the very beginning?
Uh-oh. Paimon knew leaving
And you left the strongest one in the village, didn't you?
So you and Delavar have been partners all along.
Dia, I guess it's only natural for a traveling... But you got one thing right. We're all looking forward to an...
If that's the case, then I'm sure Delavar...
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Samiel would have convinced me that you're one of us.
Delavar. And Edgar, you're here too, huh?
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary. You should have known that...
Dia, I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand why King Deshret is greater than the Dendro...
Yeah, gee, what a missed opportunity. Adopting radical views and kidnapping innocent scholars, all because of some baseless rumors. Anything else I'm missing out on?
See? There you have it. Mercenaries are just...
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are driven by Mora, and my faith lies with...
Enough talking! Get him!
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Following order.
New punching bag.
Motion to compel. Breath of the flame. Leave it all to me. Time to clean up.
Impossible! How could you?
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say it? It's only natural for a traveling mercenary like... I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no... And of course you would believe everything he reported. The only thing you know about... Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together. That so-called Flame Mane is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her That's what you thought, right?
You lied in the village because you figured that we'd have people watching you.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart. Pathetic. Okay, that should be all of them.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru...
No task can be done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious-looking people.
Oh, but instead of catching them right away...
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the real catch, we have to be patient and give it some time.
Oh, you mean the funny name she mentioned back in Uncle Ampu's house?
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Edgar and Delavar like to talk themselves up. Alcohol has a way of making people share what they really think.
What about Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar. That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari is one of the villagers you talked to. You know.
Wait, so he's a radical too?
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eavesdropper thing.
Wow, what a genius!
Ah, you're too kind. It was straight from...
So, that thing you were...
About what?
About how mercenaries only care about Mora.
Does that bother you? What makes you so sure?
Dia, do you dislike the Dendro Archon like...
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved.
I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief in King Deshret, making the Dendro Archon out to...
But I see through it all. And unlike them,
Dia.
Anyway, looks like we're done with business here. Traveler... This should be all of them.
All right.
Candace
will be okay on her own. She's been guarding Aru village for quite some...
While I'm questioning them.
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, Traveler. As for these idiots, let's just...
Hey, Dia!
Right on time.
Paimon's been wondering. You seem to know Candace.
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person.
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say.
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is, and shoulder that kind. Us mercs, on the other hand...
Well, Paimon thinks you're great.
Really?
Oh, Zino's...
Yes. I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation.
Oh, you mean...
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
Candace, where... Whoa, you look furious.
Do I?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable.
Yes. Please, don't beat us anymore.
Well, looks like Sino taught her well.
You fear death yourselves. Yet you do not. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the village keepers. They are vital members of our community. And you come here to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than
Mercy! Please, have mercy!
You've made your bed.
We may all be desert dwellers, but there is one thing that I understand better than you. The people of Aru Village care little about which god is in power. Life may be tough. A war would only cause us to lose all that we have.
We understand. I'll tell you everything I know, please, just...
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Someone was spreading rumors in the tavern. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect...
They're called village keepers. Slip up again, and...
Yes, Czar! It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread the word about King Deshret's resurrection, and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help facilitate... I'm not...
That's one.
Huh? One...
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then...
Wait, I'm telling the truth! He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them... You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking... He, that guy, he wears a cloak, and he's...
I believe I may know what's going on.
Uncle Anpu.
Okay.
If my suspicions are correct, some time ago, people from the academia attempted to take... It strikes me now that this...
Which means it's highly likely that the academia was purposely spreading a false rumor to trick the They were the ones who brought them here to begin with.
Not the academia again.
Just as But what could they want with the village?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the academia. Regardless.
You're right. It's time to go. Let's leave the village.
Yes.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals.
All right.
Let's meet back here once everyone... Let's get some food in us and then we'll... Whoa! Where did you come from?
Well, as you...
You were gone for ages! And now you're suddenly... Hey, what's with this?
You never think things through before asking questions.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname! There's just nothing super obvious to pick with...
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest Anyway, you plan to leave...
Yep. We're not gonna find out... Enough with the silence!
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
All Hatham. You haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru Village.
Yeah, you're all talk!
While you were investigating...
Really?
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have... Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some...
Huh? Right here in the...
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But, before...
What is that?
How do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single word?
You mean, some of them...
Hiding the truth does not necessarily... Remember what Candace said? Most people in Aru Village don't necessarily care which deity. By contrast,
The perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you without good reason. Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, the reason being, to someone who only wants to live the—
Those eyes, those fears.
Don't change this.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's—
Right. You were asking about—
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are King Deshret fanatics in the village.
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed—
Remember? She made a point of denying—
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them, even though they act a little strange.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru village at night. By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself.
I'll pass on this. You said that she is afraid of me.
We're on it!